So I just watched Brave New World. It's finally out. Man, what a letdown for Sam Wilson, man. What a letdown. I was so hyped going into this movie, even with all the mess behind the scenes, the reshoots, the rewrites. I still had hope because I thought the trailers were pretty good. But damn, Marvel has done it again. They always release great trailers, but then when it's time for the movie to come out and see it, it's just a lie, man. This movie was not really it for me. Very messy, great acting, great performances. Anthony Mackie kills it. Harrison Ford carries as President Thunderbolt Ross, but man, what a letdown. I'm gonna talk about the positives of the movie. One being the performances. Like I said, Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, great. I'm a big Sam Wilson fan. He's been great throughout the MCU ever since he first got introduced in Winter Soldier. Harrison Ford picking up from obviously William Hurt, who sadly passed away, as now President Ross. Great. He's honestly the standout of the movie. He steals the show. The score I thought was pretty good. I know that's kind of rare to hear from MCU movies, but I really like the music. And as for the other positives, pretty much none. This movie was a letdown, man. So much potential here. So many things where I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Like, you could do something cool with that. But then execution-wise, they fail at it or they don't do anything with it. So many things in here, like Red Hulk. I don't know why the heck Red Hulk was in like all the trailers. He is being promoted like crazy, more than Captain America, and yet he's barely in the movie. As I predicted, he's only in the final battle, bro. He comes in 5 minutes, little punches, and then that's it. What a waste of Red Hulk, man. The other villain, the leader, that's not really a spoiler saying he's in it. Everybody knew he was in it. He's also been hinted at in the trailers. Disappointing. The leader is one of the best villains in Marvel Comics, bro. This guy has so much potential to be awesome. Tim Blake Nelson is a phenomenal actor, but damn, they did him dirty here. He is so typical, standard, generic, evil villain, twirling mustache. I'm in the shadows, pulling the strings behind the scenes. You'll never see me coming. He's so generic, man. This could have been anybody. His design is also like, I don't even know if I like his design. Some scenes, it looks cool. It's like a little scary. But then there's other scenes of the leader being shown in like broad daylight, and it looks terrible. You're like, what the heck is this design? What a waste of the leader. What a waste of Red Hulk. Giancarlo Esposito, phenomenal actor. He does the best he can with this script, but he is done dirty as well. I don't understand the point of him in this movie. He literally could have been anybody. Marvel could have saved him to play a much bigger role in the MCU, but instead, he is demoted to a goon. Sidewinder, whatever the freak his name is, it's just pointless. If Giancarlo Esposito was not in the movie, nothing changes. Literally nothing changes. He's just in there, I guess, for more action, which I guess that's actually another positive of the movie. This is like an action movie. The action sequences aren't that bad. I've been seeing a lot of stuff online that like the action is terrible. It's not great. It's not up there with like Winter Soldier or Civil War, obviously, but like it's not the worst thing in the world. It's passable enough to entertain yourself and like, okay, you know, cool action sequences. It's nice, you know, seeing Sam fly through the air. Like I said, the Red Hulk fight also pretty good. Again, could have been better, but not the worst thing in the world. So the action is just good enough. It's passable. But man, this movie is just messy. This movie goes from location to location to location. It's super fast paced. You never have time to breathe in this movie, which I guess I could say that's a positive too, because I'd rather the movie go by super quick, because the runtime is like just under 2 hours. So I'd rather the movie just like get it over with instead of like another movie like Eternals, for example, where it's just way too long and it's just like a slow torture burn. So I guess that's a positive, that this movie goes by quick. It doesn't hurt to watch it. It's just barely 2 hours. It goes by quick, but I don't know. This was a mess, man. And the reshoots were real, man, because you can tell. I don't know if it's just me, because I've seen a lot of movies. I have kind of developed this like sixth sense where I could just tell when like something's a reshoot, or, oh, this was never supposed to be here originally, but they maybe added it afterwards. there's a lot in here where you could just tell, like, oh, this is a reshoot. You could just tell, even with like the green screen, especially, oh my gosh, at the end, I don't want to spoil too much, but like, it's just bad. You could just tell, like, okay, that was definitely added afterwards. That was never supposed to be there. The reshoots are just very obvious. It's very obvious that this movie went through heavy reshoots and heavy rewrites. Even if you did not know about the reshoots and rewrites that was spreading like crazy online, even if you didn't know, I think you would still be able to tell, like, wait, this movie is like weird. Like, what? This movie is very awkward. It's very weird. It's made very weird because you could just tell when editing this movie, they just kind of like put scenes together and just try to make a story and try to put it in order. But it doesn't work because this movie is like just a bunch of scenes mashed together that don't really correlate with each other, right? It's very obvious with the reshoots, the rewrites. The editing is very jarring. Like I said, it just goes from like scene to scene, location to location. It's just a mess. This movie doesn't even really feel like a Captain America movie. This is more of like an Incredible Hulk sequel, which I won't say is a bad thing. I think The Incredible Hulk from 2008, it's not a bad movie. I think it's actually kind of underrated. For me, the problem with The Incredible Hulk movie, what I used to say was that it's the worst MCU movie, not because it's a bad movie, but mainly because it was never canon, right? Obviously, Edward Norton got recasted. Edward Norton and Bruce Banner's, no, not Bruce Banner, but Mark Ruffalo, they're very different. They don't feel like they were the same character. William Hurt as Ross, we never saw Ross until like Civil War. And then a little bit in Infinity War. And then I think also in Black Widow. Ross has always been underused in the MCU. Heavily underused. And then Abomination also, never heard of him ever again until She-Hulk from a couple years ago. Betty Ross also, like, what the freak happened to her, bro? But yeah, this feels very much like an Incredible Hulk sequel, which again is not that bad. Harrison Ford is the best part of this movie. Whenever he's on screen, it's really good. As for the tone of this movie, obviously everybody knows they were trying to go for like Winter Soldier vibes. Yeah, this movie is trying to replicate that Winter Soldier vibes, that dark, serious spy espionage political thriller. It's really trying super hard to be that, but it kind of does it, but just not as good as Winter Soldier. It's trying to be this serious tone, and it is fairly serious throughout the movie. That MCU humor, you don't really see it a lot in this movie. Only a couple times, which I actually like because that MCU humor is super annoying. The tone in here is fairly consistent, but it's just not enough. I think it should have been even more dark, more serious. I think they should have done more with the political thriller stuff, right? Because this movie is trying to say something, but not really. It's not really saying anything. So I think they should have leaned more into the serious, dark side. Like Red Hulk should be a scary character. He's not really. I mean, kind of, but like I think they should have leaned more into it. The leader, I think they should have made him more like scary. But that I will say is a good in the movie, that there's not a lot of jokes, which I think is a good thing. Really, the only jokes comes from the character Joaquin Torres, the new Falcon. I've heard some people complain that he's like annoying in the movie. I don't think he was that annoying. I think his character type, like he's the character that's like, he's essentially a punchline, right? Most of the time when he's talking, it's just kind of to like up in the mood, tell a joke. But I think it was okay. I don't think they overdid it and like, okay, he's just annoying now. I don't think so. I think they did it just enough where he's funny, but like he's not annoying. At least that's my opinion on him. But yeah, the tone, pretty consistent. I just wish they leaned more dark, more serious. I just wanted more. Because on the surface, there's a lot of good things in here. But execution, they didn't do it. That's why the way I would look at this movie is kind of like a Quantumania. Quantumania, like, you look at it on the surface line, like you're like, that movie has a lot of potential to be great. This movie had a lot of things going for it. I'm okay with this trying to be an Incredible Hulk sequel. Red Hulk, awesome. You want to do the leader? Great. I'm okay with passing those Hulk villains to Sam Wilson. I'm fine with that. It's like with Kang to Ant-Man. Kind of stupid, but like I could get behind it. But execution wise, it's just not it, man. There are some cool cameos. There is one post-credit scene all the way at the end, but let's get down to it. Should you go out and see this movie? It is Valentine's Day weekend, so if you want to take your significant other to see the movie, look, I don't think it would hurt. Like I said earlier, it's super short. The movie's short. It goes by quick. Cool action, okay action. It doesn't hurt to watch the movie. But do you need to go out and see the movie? No. I definitely think if you're not really like an MCU fan, just wait for it to drop on Disney+. Because this movie, when I look at it, it almost kind of feels like a bonus episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? It feels like a long bonus episode for that show. And I actually think Falcon and Winter Soldier, I haven't seen that show in a while. It came out like 2021. I haven't seen that show in a while, but from what I remember, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier is actually better than this. Yes, the Disney Plus show, I think, is better than this movie. But yeah, would I recommend it? I would say, should you go out and see it? I would probably, it's weird. Like, this movie's weird because like it's not bad, but it's not good either. It's like that weird middle. I would say if you're an MCU fan, you should go out and see it. It doesn't hurt. But if you don't give a damn about the MCU, you're just a casual, no, you don't need to go out and see this. You're not missing out on anything, right? Really, you could just wait for Disney Plus. Oh, and also, speaking of what you should watch before watching this movie, if you plan on seeing it, you should definitely watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? Isaiah Bradley, that's not a spoiler. He's in the trailers. He's very good in this as well. I forgot to mention him. He's very great. And obviously, to understand his character more and get more background info, you should watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. Incredible Hulk, another one that I think you need to watch before seeing this movie. Because obviously, like I said, this movie is like a sequel to that movie. So you should watch Incredible Hulk. Eternals, definitely you do not need to see Eternals. I know the Celestial Tiamat is in the movie. Again, they showed that in the trailers. But you don't need to see Eternals to, like, understand about the Celestial. Like, first of all, that movie sucks. Second of all, that movie sucks. So you do not need to see Eternals. I would recommend Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is pretty good. I like that show. And Incredible Hulk, which I also think is pretty decent as well. But yeah, as for the final rating, out of 10... I usually do out of 10 stars. I want to go like 5. But I think I'm going to be generous. I might go 6. Anything more than a 6, you're crazy. So I'm actually going to go in the middle. I'm going to say this movie is a 5.5 out of 10 stars. Not bad. Definitely. Look, this is an improvement from like Quantumania, Love and Thunder, The Marvels. This is an improvement. But like when you compare it to the greater MCU movies, Winter Soldier, Civil War, even the new stuff, No Way Home, Shang-Chi, Deadpool and Wolverine, nope, it's not even close to that level. It's just mid. This movie is just mid. Look, it's a step in the right direction, okay? There's progress. Honestly, I don't know how you can get worse than Quantumania or the Marvels. So anything besides that is gonna be better. But is this the movie where I got my confidence back in Marvel? Like, oh yeah, Marvel's back, man. I'm excited. No, this is not the game changer. It's a step in the right direction, yes, but there is still so much work that needs to be done to get Marvel back in their prime days, like from the Infinity Saga. I'm still excited for Thunderbolts in May. Very excited for that. Every single trailer they release, they just dropped a new one from the Super Bowl. Every single trailer I watch, I just get more and more excited. And then, of course, Fantastic Four in July. I don't think Marvel messes that up. If they mess up the Fantastic Four, it's over. It's GG. Kevin Feige might need to step down. It's over. Just reboot the MCU. Don't even do Doomsday anymore. But yeah, this one, it's fine. It's mid. 5.5. Should you go out and see it? I'm not going to say it's a must, but like, if you're bored, if you just want to go out and see a movie, a cool action movie, yeah, it doesn't hurt to watch it. But is it a must? No, you could wait for Disney Plus. But yeah, I think that's my review, man. I tried to do a super quick review. I wanted to get this video out quick. I'm just kind of like rambling on now, but yeah.